Join us, MrTruck.com, for truck reviews, trailer reviews, and accessory reviews. It's Mr. Truck and Chuck on another adventure up here. We're in Poudre Canyon, trying this out, trying to see how far we can go before we see all that fire damage. But this is a 2022 that we're driving. It's a 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. This is a Platinum?
Platinum, yeah.
Holy
Platinum.
cow, it's like the loaded one. 3.5 V6, a 9-speed automatic. And Chuck, how much power does this SUV have?
284 horsepower with 259 foot-pounds of torque.
And it's beautiful up here. Yeah, lots of, right now we're still in a lot of trees. Some places you'll see a burned out section here and there, but no, it's good. But we're having fun with this, pulling 5,000 pounds. It actually is ready to tow 6,000 pounds. We're towing my flatbed car trailer. And it's doing well. We got, I'll show you the weight distributing hitch on the back. We got the Kurt Eco brake control system on it in the back. But it's doing really well. It's handling the curves. It's nice and level. Now I'll show you how much it's squatted. It squatted a couple inches. If we would have put in 1,000 pounds and got to the 6, it would have squatted 3 inches. But right now the back end is kind of doing that Volkswagen special like the Beetles did, because it is 4-wheel independent suspension, which makes it ride nice. And I got weight distributing out, so we're doing everything we can to actually level it out, but we're not leveling out the axles on the back end. But this brand new model, it looks so good. It's one of the best looking Nissan SUVs I can remember ever driving. I really like the way it looks. I love the interior, and we'll show you all that. So come join us for this review. And this is cool back here. I looked at this. There's a tray in here. I'm gonna check if you can zoom in there or not, but you got stuff, look at storage, and it's got dividers. And I don't know if that's a pup tin or what that is, but it's got really good storage underneath the seat there. Is that looking pretty good?
Yeah.
Great. And then you got a little first aid kit here on the side. And if I fold some of these seats forward, I can actually fold these forward, but I don't think I got the front seats folded. But you can fold all this down flat and in the second row flat, so you can actually sleep in one of these. Love the color. Get it back with the other one. That's nice. Now watch me push the button and watch the door come down. You can even lock it from back here. I love when you have a power tailgate. But it's a Platinum. It's my favorite test trailer. It's a 22-foot car trailer. It tilts. And this is really good for this. 5,000 pounds works out great. And back here you'll see this here is the Gen Y hitch that I use all the time. It's adjustable. I love these things. They're well made. You're going to see some whole series of videos I'm doing on Gen Y. And this is the weight distributing bars on here. So we got sway control built in. You'll hear it going around the corners. My electric jack I just put on. And I bent the crap aside of my 12,000 pound jack. Hit something on a going around the roundabout. And then down here, do you see this right here where my finger is? This is the Kurt Eco. And what this does, you plug it into your outlet on your vehicle, your 7-pin RV plug. Plug this into that, and then it straps around it to hold it in place. And then your regular trailer plug goes into the back of the Kurt, the Eco. And then you use your phone. We showed you that on the phone where it's, you know, big red circle, and you push that, it goes to kind of a pink circle. It shows it's braking, and it tells you that, and you know it's braking. So I can brake the trailer independently if I'm swaying or on ice or in a curve. I really like this. I look, this system is so easy to put in there. And this has got a good outlet on this Nissan Pathfinder. It's come straight back. The Honda, not the Honda, it was a Toyota 4Runner I did. I mean, it was stuck up underneath there so that, you know, we had bungee cord to cord on because it was pulling out. But yeah, we got our safety chains on here. This is the breakaway switch. You can see that from over there, but come over here, Chuck. See my red breakaway switch? I like that. It's a cable that's from, oh, it's the two-way people. What in the world are they called? Fastway. Fastway. I'll use that on all my trailers. I love those. Of course, we got the safety chains and we're crossed. You see the safety chains are crossed. That in case something happens, they'll cradle this coupler. The coupler will land right in there, and I've had that happen before.
Don't go away, MrTruck.tv. We'll be right back.
Let's see if a big, high, wide-bodied reporter can climb in the second row with his hat on. Let's see, all kinds of stuff up here. I put a shirt in here, so I know it's got places to hang your shirts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the air conditioner vents up here. I love these mat pockets in the back of the front seat. That's pretty cool. And then, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me zoom in on the middle part. It might be hard for you to do. Yeah, there's the back of the front console, which is a cool console. And you got all kinds of things to adjust your air, your heat, all that. Your heated seats, your temperature controls, and all your outlets. Your 12 volt and USB plugs there at the bottom. That's pretty cool. Then the second row has its own console too, with cup holders and a few other things. I don't know if it's got USB ports or not. Okay, Chuck, where'd you go? Chuck, here you go. Here you go. Okay, don't take off. Okay, now you see, I still have room for my hat. It's not a lot of room in the front with a moonroof is a lot. And then this seat here, of course, it slides forward if I want to give the third row some room, or if I don't, I go right back there. Now, let's see if I can adjust. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the screen. The sunscreen. Betty found this on the last one we did. That is so cool. Man, sunscreen. Love them. Awesome. Something the grandkids can play with, too. Now, let's see if I can figure out which button to push. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? I'll do it again. That's so much fun. Push this button. You see that button right down there? Here, my finger is going to it. There we go. Whoa! Did you see that? Oh, come back. Look at that. Did you see that? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hey, Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Show me what you got. Here's his head. You got
Stuck. I'm stuck.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the butt shot. There you are. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Oh yeah.
How does that feel?
Well,
You look comfy. You don't have much support on your thighs.
yeah,
That's for
It's
the little
pretty
kids,
low.
I think. I don't think it's for you.
this is for a teenager.
Get out of there before you have a heart attack.
Before you get
Yep.
out of here.
3 rows of seats. Third row is child seats. Good job, Chuck. I don't want to see the butt shot twice, but I guess here it is.
You're gonna have to.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh. Look at these wheels. These are 20-inch wheels. Good looking wheels. And they like these kick panels to go in all the doors. That's pretty awesome. You can see how much it's squatting back there in the back row. It's really laying them down.
You ready for a new Nissan?
Hi there.
Pardon me? So you ready for a new Nissan? That's a pretty car. Yeah, that's a 22
20-inch wheels. I
Pathfinder
love them.
Nissan.
That's good. I love the color.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
and they changed the design on them quite a bit.
Now, if I can get the right angle, you can see this tire is squatting a lot. And you can see it's tipped out at the bottom. So that means it's really smashing down on independent suspension and shoots out from the bottom. So you got squat and you got flare, kind of like an old Volkswagen Beetle. I want to show you on the screen. This is the backup screen. Okay, here's like a 360, which is really good for getting close. Now that's a blown up picture of the hitch. But look over here. This camera is right below the tailgate. So you're looking out toward it and you can see the actual hitch better than you can the coupler on the trailer. And you're trying to, most everybody else puts them way up high so you can look down on the picture and see it hooking to the coupler. Here you can just back up and guess because this is the hitch and that's the coupler, but you don't know how close together they are. It's a good looking picture, but it doesn't show you enough. Here's the tailgate. You can see how big it is and all that. And then you go down here and the camera for the hitch is somewhere. There it is. You see it right there. That's what the camera looks like. It's right above the license plate. So all it does gives you a picture right there. That's what you see. You see that part there. You don't see the coupler coming down on the ball. So it's kind of hard to actually line it up and get close enough to connect the ball. Oh, it's Nissan Pathfinder. I love that front camera. So now here I'm in a parking lot. And you can see you got lines all the way up. And in there you can see that there's a pole right there. So this will show me how close to that pole I'm getting. I love this camera. This is on the front where they should be. Backup one's getting normal, but man, the front one's awesome. Now, isn't that cool backing up? It shows you where you're going. The little red square moves around a lot to where you're going. Of course, the big square does too. Try to go between the weeds back here. Another 360 view. So I can crank it over here, get away from the weeds. Oh, and I love this panoramic moonroof. Great for the mountains, seeing wildlife and all the things go on. And the hills. Are you closing it? Oh, you open it the other part. Cool. A lot of ventilation. See how much smoke we can get in here. It looks like brushed aluminum. Look at that on the door. When you look at it here on the corner vents, this sure looks like brushed aluminum. We're up here on Poudre Canyon where all the fires are. Hopefully, looked like a map this morning. It was open at least halfway to Walden, so we should get some good runs in here. See what's going on. This is MrTruck and Chuck with my cousin. We're going to review this 2022 Pathfinder. This is like a prototype. So I wanted to get production out to us right away so we can spread the word about what we think about it. And this has got the 3.5 V6 9-speed automatic. No idea what the gear ratio are. Couldn't find a lot of stuff on it because it's a prototype. But I'll tell you what I do know about it. It's got some really interesting features. It's almost like a rocket ship. It basically drives itself, kind of. But you have that on the camera, right?
Yep.
Okay. Get that puppy out so we can get some of this stuff out of the way. I love the interior. This black and tan. It's got cool stitching. It's got almost like a embroidery on the seats. Of course, the front row seats, they're hot and cold. You know, I heat you up or cool you down. The back row, the second row has heated seats. This is 3 rows. So this configuration's with 4 captain's chairs. Gives you seat belts for, I think, for 7. You can go 8 with a bench in the mid row. But beautiful truck. I probably said this at the opening, but I think it's the best looking SUV Nissan's ever come out with. I just think it's gorgeous. Squinty little headlights and just the right chrome stands out. It's Pathfinder. And Pathfinder's had a lot of history to it. The other ones, back when you had the D21 hard body pickup trucks, they all look a lot the same, and they're really built heavy back when they had frames on them. Now these are all unibody, 4-wheel independent suspensions, and I guess that's the way the market's going. You know, it's available off-road. It's got like 7 different modes, and we'll go through those and show you. And the dial, it's a dial down here, and then you got a button in the middle.
Okay.
So right down here, check on this knob here. This knob here is all your different modes, and I'll go through those with you. And then the middle button is for hill descent and hill climb. You push that button, and it slows you down coming downhill and holds you going uphill. So there's a lot of cool things like that. I mean, it's got this whole, where there's a name for it. It's got a lot of cool names. Something Pilot. What is the name of the pilot part of it? I wrote all this stuff down. ProPILOT. And it's amazing all the things you can do with that, because it will actually control your speed. If you put it in this button right here, Chuck, if you can see this button right there, it's like the 360 ProPILOT, and that will turn on their cruise control. What do they call their cruise control? Intelligent Cruise Control, ICC. And that button there turns on Intelligent Cruise Control. If you push it real hard, it turns on regular cruise control. But you just tap on it, turns that on, and it'll actually do your lane departure, which is a name for that. And it'll do your Intelligent Cruise Control. And then right here on this button, Chuck,
gotcha.
That button right there just shows you what your radar and your sonar lock onto the vehicle in front of you. So they slow down, you slow down. So it's like loaded with electronics. And also, I'll show you probably can't do that from there, Chuck, but it's got the heads-up display. There you go. There's our Intelligent Cruise Control. And it shows mile per hour. I'm sitting still. It shows cruise controls on it. It shows it's the Intelligent Cruise Control, because it shows you those 3 lines right there. Too cool. Which I love, heads-up display. This one doesn't show you a lot of things. It shows you the speed, shows you what the legal speed is. Nice curve there. And it shows you how far away from the vehicle in front of you, the bars that you have, and if you have cruise control on, and what it's set for. So, this is all good. But I noticed there's a lot of, this one here, the lane departure, if you turn that on, and part of this 360 thing, or the ProPILOT, it will actually keep moving you to the middle. And it's a little too sensitive, because if you're a couple inches off center, it grabs you and moves you over. And I don't like the car steering for me. I like to do that myself. So there's a wheel button here on the left of the column, the steering wheel, that you probably can't get a picture of that, but I'll do that later. But that, I can shut that part off which is what I always do. Now, I noticed that I was so glad to see this have a tow haul mode. And in tow haul mode, all that shuts off, that lane departure thing. Because, you know, your trailer's going to be really close to those lines anyway. So, that's good. I like that. And this has a system in it when you're driving and you got the intelligent cruise control on. When you have the intelligent cruise control on, it actually, if the car in front of you slows way down and stops, it'll stop you. It's for so many seconds, almost 30 seconds or whatever it is. And then if you don't take off and accelerate, it'll shut the intelligent cruise control off. But that was kind of interesting. That way it used to be where you slow down too much, your RPMs dropped, and your cruise control used to shut off. So you're getting smarter on that stuff too. And back when I was talking about how the lane departure that shows the lines on the outside, and when you have it on, it shows a steering wheel in your middle cluster there, which is what, 12.3 inches, I think. It's very big. You get a lot of screens here, plus a really nice screen in the middle, touch-tone screen. It's really awesome. I like that. It's a big one. But anyway, you got a lot of touch screen area on this. But if you are driving down the road, and if you take one hand off the wheel, it'll slow you down. If you take them both off the wheel, thinking that, you know, that lane departure will just steer you back and forth, bouncing you off the lines, then it'll slow you down again, it'll slow you down until it finally will stop you right in your lane. Which sounds dangerous, but they're doing that so that you have control of the vehicle. I want both hands on the steering wheel, and a lot of us old farmers, we steer with one hand. So, and I know it's safer. It's got, but it's got just amazing safety features this has on it. They keep adding all these things to it to where it's so hard to even have an accident anymore, which is a good thing. And you don't see that many people die in car accidents like we used to. When I grew up, they plastered those scenes, you know. You remember that, Chuck? They showed pictures of all smashed cars and all that at parks and stuff. And it was kind of scary you. And we did driver's ed. They showed you all of this disabled bodies, dismembered bodies, try to scare the crap out of you. And I don't know if they even have driver's ed anymore. But with the heads-up display and all the, you know, visibility you have with this, and we're pulling a 5,000-pound trailer. The towing ability on this is 6,000 pounds, but I ended up with 5 on this truck. This trailer is my low-trail tilt car trailer, and I like the flatbeds because you can see over the fenders on this, and much better visibility than if you had an RV straight up and down walls on the side. So this is a good trailer to pull. This trailer keeps getting heavier too. I put 14-ply tires, which made it heavier. I put another jack on, a second jack, electric power jack, and we also put chain box on there, so I've got a bunch more chains. So this thing used to be like a 4,500-pound trailer, now it's about a 5,000-pound trailer. And we have weight distributing hitch. We'll show you all that. And that actually, you know, moves about anywhere from 100 to 200 pounds off the trailer to the truck, you know, to all axles, which means it's without weight distributing. Saying this trailer weighs like 5,200. With weight distributing, it weighs about 4,900 pounds because it transferred some of that weight to the towing vehicle. But, you know, this is a pretty good all-around vehicle. You got all those modes, slippery, mud, and I'll show those to you. But you can go off-roading with it. I don't know if there's a lot of clearance. Not as much as the old days. The Pathfinders were really a great off-road rig. And now, you know, that market's changed. They've kind of given up to the Jeeps and now the Broncos and the 4Runners. But one day in its history of this vehicle, it was a great one. And it was body on frame, and now they've gone back and forth between body on frame and unibody. And now they're back to a unibody, which is what a lot of vehicles in this class are. And this is four-wheel drive. And I don't remember. I'll show you when I get a chance the shifting on this because it's push button and lever. It's a combination of like a T-handle and a push button. Which the reverse was kind of weird for me when I got in it. You got to push a button on the side. You can slide it to drive or neutral without that, but go to reverse, you got to push another button. But anyway, yeah, this is, I like this. I like the visibility. And actually the 3.5, which has 284 horsepower, it accelerates well. I mean, you know, another 1,000 pounds, that'd be a maximum towing on this, and I don't think that would be a problem for it. And I think they've got that rated about right. That's what a lot of, you know, your side-by-sides, your ATV trailers, your smaller RV trailers, and your smaller boat trailers, that all fit in that category, which is kind of the, you know, the adventuresome kind of lifestyle a lot of us are living. We're here in the mountains, so we're always up here in the mountains. And you can take your other toys with you and go a little further up the trail with this. I don't know. Doesn't look like the approach angle is very good on this because it's got some nose to it. But it's a lot longer than it was in the old days. Of course, this has got 3 rows of seats. That takes up room. Yeah, we'll do a walk around and show you, the hitch and what we've done back there and the trailer. And I'll show you some of the other toys up here, like in here. And you probably see me this showing you all the time. My tire pressure monitoring from Tucson. I love this Tucson tire pressure monitoring. I use it every time I pull the trailers. It tells you that's what the air pressure is, and it'll show you what the temperature is in each tire. Then it'll also show you how many volts are going back there to the program itself. 12.9. Well, there's a lot of luggage and crap in the back seat.
Just this one on the right. Behind you is not.
Yeah, I love the 2-tone seats in this. And that second row is heated, and it's got a console. Can you see the console back there? That's pretty neat. And I like the captain's chairs. That's comfortable driving. The adults, and then you can get the kids in the third row. We'll fold those down and show those to you. You almost take a picture of some of the river when there's a gap in the trees. Maybe. Yeah, this is Poudre Canyon. This is always a beautiful canyon. You're really close to the rocks. And we're not to the burn area yet. And this is one of my favorite routes through here. It's a narrow little road, but it's there's a lot to see. Just hope that we don't have any more fires back in here. Because here they had some fires here. They had fires with red feathers. We've had way too much danger in the last couple of years up here. People are just tickled to death to get up here in the mountains and enjoy them, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the wildlife and the river. That's a rafting bus there. Oh, rafts all over. It's a pretty narrow road. It's not an ideal road for a trailer, but I'm 8.5 feet wide with this tilt trailer. But I'll show you in the back too. It's got a receiver hitch. It's got the chains as a plug-in. I had to add the Kurt Echo, which is a brake controller that is built in, that you plug into the truck, and then you plug the trailer into that, and then you have brake controllers. It actually works off your foot brake, and you also have a handbrake. I'll show you that on the phone, how that works. Okay, this thing here, zoom in on this. See, that's my phone. Giant orange button. You push that if you want to hit the brakes on the trailer only, like you do in some sway conditions or icy curves or all that. Can you see that, Chuck?
Yep, good.
And I'm going to push the brake, and you see the brakes come on, and you'll see the color change.
Yep, change color.
So it all works. But that is so easy to hook up, and I'll show you in the backside when we get back there what all this stuff does, because we like to also, show the accessories we use, because that's kind of how it is. When you're towing trailers, you end up getting a lot of accessories, and you want to get the stuff that'll make it safer, make it safer for your family. I haven't seen any wildlife yet back here, but it's always pretty, almost dark because of so many trees. It's like driving through a canyon all the time. But good rock formations. It's beautiful back here. We've been back here when it's been snowing, and it's September now. So we have, now we're getting to burn country. You can see it there. Burn. You can show that with the camera up the mountain. This is where some of the fire went to, and it's nothing but sticks. So I guess we'll see what kind of avalanches we have this year, because we had mudslides on I-70 in a lot of these places because there's nothing to hold the ground back when there's no trees on it. There's some rafters out there you can catch in the river. But yeah, so when winter comes along, it'll be the same thing as the mudslide. You won't be able to hold the snow up on the mountain. So you're going to have the snow sliding off and on fairly often. So we'll see how bad it gets if they have a good plan to hold the ground down and not let the snow slide. I have no idea. We'll find out. But we haven't quite got the aspens turning yet. It should be happening really soon. Fall begins the end of this month. So we have a pull-off. Is that they're talking about us because I'm not flying through here? Maybe they are.
Yeah, you can find a pull-off.
Yeah, there's one right there, except there was a car right in the middle of it. We'll find a place. Yeah, you got a picture of all those burnt out trees above us? It's pretty nasty. At least there's some trees in between the burnt out ones that should help with some of that holding the snow on the hill. Pooter Park. Yeah, now we're getting into more bald mountains from all the fire. Hopefully the bushes will grow back fast. Yeah, we're coming about to some more burnouts. A lot of damage in these poor mountains. So, we're moving right along here. Yeah, this is almost like a town here. This is the park itself. Fire trucks. This is, you know, we got some weight control. I'll show you that. It's on the Gen Y hitch, the weight distributing hitch, and it's working well. We're not swaying. I have no problems with this 5,000 pound trailer at all. It's a little wider than the Pathfinder because it's 8.5 feet wide. We're probably looking at closer to 6 foot on the Pathfinder, but I'm really liking this interior of this vehicle. I think it's the best looking Nissan SUV they've ever made, and they've made a lot of them over the years. This one with the grille shows a little bit of heritage back to the original Pathfinder. They were good, reliable vehicles. This one, you know, poor thing just had identity problems. One went from body on frame to unibody to body on frame to unibody. They weren't quite sure what they were. So I hope they leave this one alone. This one's, in my opinion, dramatically better looking than the last model. Last model had a little too big of fender flares, or fender, you know, the little circle around the fender is a lot bigger than the tire. This one's really balanced. So I want you to see all this. This is really a lot of cool stuff because this is the Platinum Pathfinder pre-production. The exterior is a two-tone obsidian green pearl. I'm just going to guess that's it. The interior is a chestnut and a super black metallic leather. Yeah, 9-speed with paddles, shifters, and we talked about the horsepower, 284 and 259 torque, 20-inch wheels. The dual panoramic moonroof, we showed that. The hitch, and it can tow 6,000 pounds. The chrome side silt finishers, rain sensor wipers, electric folding outside mirrors. The Bose premium audio system. I thought they were doing all this Fender speakers, but I guess this one's got the Bose. And it's got the heads-up display, which I love, and we showed that. Power tilt and telescope. It's got steering wheel position memory, and some leather memory, and it's got semi-aniline leather seating with quilting. It looks really cool. It does look like cross-stitching quilting. Memory seat. It's got the wireless charging pad for your phone. Ambient interior lighting, heated rear seats, 12.3 meter display, and it's got climate-controlled front seats. Front central seat mounted airbag. Haven't figured out what a front central seat is and where the airbag possibly would be. If there's nobody in the front middle seat, there is nothing the airbag to help you with. But anyway, it's another problem. 12 volt outlets in the second row, 120 volt outlets in the second row, USB on the front. In the third row on the left side, you got Type A USB. Bronze metallic brushed interior trim, front stainless kick plates, the platinum grade emblem. And then the options is the lighting package, illuminated kick plates and welcome lighting. And the MSRP on this is $50,290, 27 miles per gallon by the EPA, 21 in the city. And I like the ProPILOT. This is, but this one actually, when you have all the sonar turned on, it'll slow down if you get too close to a car. And that's from that intelligent cruise control. And you get in the ProPILOT, it does a lot of things. Actually, on your route, you use a navigational screen, and it knows a curve's coming up. It'll slow you down the curves. And actually, speed limit, it'll change that automatically according to the signs. It can read all that stuff, which is pretty awesome. But if you take your hands off the steering wheel, it'll start off slowing you down with one hand, then it'll actually stop you if both hands are off. Because, you know, this thing actually will steer from white line to yellow line back and forth, but that would be pretty rough riding things. But you can't do that with taking your hands off because it'll stop you, which is pretty cool. See if I missed anything on this. It says a 3-notch grille design, similar to the first generation Pathfinder. I don't recognize it at all, but I remember the 3 notches. They were, you know, going across it, but I remember that, but I don't relate that to this. The C-shaped LED headlights and expressive LED taillights, and this one's got fog lights. It's got the liftgate logo, large satin chrome Pathfinder liftgate logo. Yeah, it's intelligent 4-wheel drive, 7-position, the drive in the terrain selector knob. And of course you have hill descent and hill climb. And tow haul mode is in that same selector mode there. You can get it right into the sand, the ruts, the snow, and tow mode. I'm glad it's got that. It's bigger than the last one. It's redesigned, so it's supposed to be 10.6 cubic feet larger than the previous model. And I love these captain's chairs. They're awesome. And that ProPILOT goes with the Navalink, so it actually can tell you what's coming up there and slows you down, speeds you up, does all those things. But the adaptive cruise control, which is called intelligent cruise control, I really like it actually, but I do shut out the lane departure, and there's a place to do that. In tow mode, it shuts off automatically, which I like. Otherwise, I've got to go down and push on this picture of a steering wheel here on the left side. See right there, some more controls. This is on the left side of the steering wheel. You see in the middle there, it's the steering wheel. You can shut that off and it shuts off the lane departure. Of course, you got the button that opens all that up, and then the far right one, that is your heads-up display control. Yeah, little lighting controls. Just looking at this puppy, I love the dash. It is just too awesome. Paddle shifters, you can't go wrong with paddle shifters. Some of the controls I'm still getting used to, but center console, it's big. There's your knobs for all your modes, and there's a lot of them. We'll go through those. Parking brake, your auto hold, and in there is your stop-start thing. And the shifter, it's something else. You got a little button on the side that you have to push to go in reverse, which is confusing, but we got it figured out. You got a park button. Then you of course got paddle shifters, but you also can go, it's like a sport mode, and reverse is right there. Push that button and go forward in the park. Well, anyway, then you got cool little cubby holes. You got a place up there to charge your batteries, and a bunch of on your phone, and a bunch of other little outlets for your USB and your 12 volt. And then these cup holders kind of weird shaped, but you can get an angle out of it. But right up there is my phone, and it gives you almost a full view of the entire phone the way they've got it. Because also I put it back here, and it lays down nicely if you don't have beverage up there. But yeah, cool. I'll actually go through the modes. And also this button here, that's your hill descent. Nice and quick to get to that. And then let's see, let me do the modes. It's on auto now. And there's twisting the knob. There's tow. Wow, it's got a tow haul button. I gotta remember that when I put that trailer on there. Let's go from tow to sport to echo to what else? Auto, snow, mud, rut, sand. That's pretty cool. Of course, what I'm always in is echo or eco. Eco! That's what it is. Look how big that screen is. Both these screens are very large. Just too cool. Love the interior of this. It's just too cool. Giant screens. Giant screens. And look at the two-tone leather, black and brown. And look at this really cool stitching in the seat. Yeah. And look at that, whatever that is. That is good looking. It's I don't know, it's a plastic of some kind. A lot of room in the door. Man, don't you love that, man? All this chrome all over the outside. I'm a big chrome fan. It says Pathfinders. And look at the wheels. Hit 20-inch wheels. This is all new, and I like it. I think it's one of the best looking Nissan SUVs they've ever made. I love the old squinty headlights. You can recognize that Longhorn or whatever the chrome U-shaped thing is. That way you remember it's a Nissan. So cool. Let's see. The back seat. Captain's chairs. Yes, indeed. Two-tone leather. It's just, and it's got folding armrests. And look at that cup holder, big console in the middle. And of course, all the controls. And third row seat even has heat. Yeah. What do I got to do to get to the back seat? Fold that down. You know, that's not bad size seats. May have a little need for leg room, but looks pretty good. There's this giant moonroof. Everybody's going to the giant moonroof these days. I always like these sunshade things. Lift that up. Yeah. That's always cool. Have a shade for your back windows. Yes. That's a pretty quiet machine. Haven't heard any road noise. It's a Platinum, Pathfinder Platinum. Man, it's got a hitch. I'm so happy I got a hitch and a plug-in. So I will be pulling a trailer with this. You can count on that. Yes, indeed. 7-prong RV plug for the trailer. Nice little rack on top. Let's see. I pushed one button and the buttons are there. Oh, there it is. I hit the magic button. Whoa. Oh, it's got buttons on the back to lock it or to make it swing closed. Oh, look at this. Comes with a purse. Oh, it's a first aid kit. It's some kind of, it feels like styrofoam, but it's got to be rubber mats because these have them too. Let's see if I've got buttons. Oh, I've got a latch. Let's see what that does. Well, I guess if I got rid of the headrest, it would fold. But they got this cool rubber mat on everything. You really get wicked back here. Huh. Okay, we'll push the button. And there she goes. I like this green. I like a dark green. It's really got some gorgeous lines, and you can tell it's got that, still has the humpback above the rear tire. That's pretty well a mark of Nissan. The Armada has that, and I'm sure the Q series has them. But man, I like the headlights. And there it is, the V6 under all the plastic. Yeah. I'm always a fan of leather double stitching, which they have just about on everything here. You're around the console. It's got a good looking interior. Yeah, let's see, you got another little storage area above the glove box. The outlets in the front of the console.